Hi everyone, this is Tammy at Snowstorm Crafts, and if you're new here, welcome, and if you've been here before, welcome back. So today I want to make with you guys a fun dangle. So I want to have a dangle on our From Trash to Treasure junk journal here that we've been working on. And if you guys haven't seen it yet or you're not caught up with us, I will put the playlist on the end screen. So you guys can come check this out, get caught up with us, and yeah, we're having a great time taking all of our trash, quote unquote, around the house, you know, things that you think about throwing away, but you could really use and make something beautiful with it, and different things like that. Just come check it out. You guys are going to love it. You're going to love it. So today, what I want to do, so it's going to be, I'm going to move this out of the way for now until we need it. Over to the side here. But what I want to make with you guys is, I'll show you what I got here. So, and then I'll show you the supplies. Okay. So what I did is, I was thinking about paper beads. I'm like, I think paper beads would be cool to hang off a dangle. But I was like, nah, I've seen that a lot, and you know, people are doing that all the time. So then I was thinking, I wonder if tinfoil would work. So I did it with tinfoil. I thought that was super fun, and it turned out really cool. And this is what they look like. And I love the silver on them. They're really fun with all the little silver showing and stuff. And yeah, so I put them on a skewer. You know, I rolled it up on a skewer. I'll show you guys. And then I just took my paintbrush and my chalk paint, and I just painted them while they were on the little skewer here, and just painted them on there. Did my heat gun, and then just pulled them off when they were dry. So that was really fun to do, and I'll show you guys the process of that. Then I was thinking, how cool would that be to take like the pop tops of cans here, like that. So you just pop them off your pop cans or whatever. And I laid them all onto my silicone mat here. I just laid them all out. And then I took my chopsticks. I just got some chopsticks, and I dipped them into the chalk paint and just splattered. And I did a bunch of splatters all over them, so they made them all really cool and swirly and super fun. So I thought these would be fun to add to a dangle. And I will put that clip in right now so you guys can come check it out. Yeah, so that was a fun little process to see how I did it. And I just, like I said, I just took the chalk paint and just splattered them all over. Then I put them over onto a piece of just saran wrap, like this. You can see they were just placed on there. And I just placed them on a piece of saran wrap and let them dry overnight. And it worked out perfect. It was so much fun. I mean, these are just so cool to work with. And I think these would be great tabs to put into the journal, like page tabs to turn things, or even a tab at the top of a junk journaling card is what I'm trying to say. Like a journaling card or a tag or, you know, anything like that. I think those would be fun. So those are just a fun little project to do if you have any canned pop tops. Okay? And what I want to do, I'll just show you some of the stuff I got today. Twine. I got some twine that I want to incorporate into our little dangle. And then I have a toothpick in case we need to poke through if it got smushed or anything. You can just take a toothpick and just pop it through like that and get a hole again, just like that, in case they got squished or anything. They open up really nice. Bread ties, because I want to incorporate that into our dangle. A paper clip, that'll be our top base part to clip it to the journal. Okay, so that's everything in there. Then I just have some fabric pieces, just some scraps. Oh, and if you guys have seen my cover, when we did the cover, I did not have the pink throughout, the little bandana scraps, but I really wanted to incorporate just a little pop of color in there. And green and pink, I love that. that looks great together. And blue, all those colors, and yellows, those I love those colors. So I added a little bit, I just glued some down, just some scrap pink little bandana fabric, and it's just little scraps I got. So I went ahead and just ripped some up to incorporate into our dangle. So I got that, and then I got a linen skirt here and some old pair of jeans that I just ripped. So this is all stuff you can find around the house. We got our chalk paint. Look through the playlist. I'll show you guys. It's in the playlist how I make the chalk paint. And it's just from household paint that you can find like out in your shed or your garage or anything that you've painted. Excuse me. Yeah, it's just acrylic paint base. So I got my skewer. And I want to show you guys just the process real quick on how I made the little beads. Aluminum beads, we'll call them. Because that's kind of fun. So I just had my cutter here like this. Just my little cutting mat. And I had the tin foil all on it. And my tin foil was the really long, big tin foil, like the really long one. But it doesn't matter how big, however big you want to make the beads or how thick is up to you. Okay, so I have this, and then I took my ruler. I'm just going to show you guys real quick without knocking everything over. So I just took my big ruler here, and I just angled it before I cut. So, I don't know, I can't fit it all in here. So, it's about an inch and a quarter, maybe at the top, up there, width-wise. And then you can see that I taper into a point at the end. Sorry for the glare. It's kind of hard not to glare everything right now. So then I just kind of cut it at an angle. And then I took my rotary cutter and just zip, cut it right there. So that's how I did that. And that seemed to work out nicely. So I just cut a bunch of strips up, got them ready. And I will show you guys an example here on how I did it. Okay, so I just took my skewer. I took my tin foil. And I like to make the end straight. It just seems to line it up better. So just kind of straight like that, so it wasn't crooked. Okay. And it doesn't matter. I was noticing, because I tried some just to see, it doesn't matter if the dull side or the shiny side's out. It just depends on how you want to do it, because the chalk paint seems to stick to it very nicely. I mean, you don't see it really flaking off or nothing. Like, look, I think it's going to stay on there. Even if it has some cracks, I like that look. I think it's kind of cool. Okay, so what I did is I just fold it over, just like that, just to get it started. And then just start rolling. Just like that. So you just roll it up. And I'm doing it pretty firm, just, you know, pretty snug. Then you get to the end of it here, like this. Okay. And then I take my good old art here and just put a bead all the way to the tip here. And then you just keep rolling it. And then if it's too much glue, I just roll it like that. And just keep using the glue on my finger and just kind of smear it around. Because that just, you know, seals it nicely. Just make sure not to get glue on the edges here, because you're going to want to be able to slide this off. So just be careful of that. Okay. And if you're worried about it, just take a paper towel or something and just kind of roll it up in it. That'll work. Okay. And then I just leave it on there. You know, don't mess with that. I'm not trying to mess with it. So just leave it on there. And then I just took my paintbrush. I had a fan brush. And then just a little tip brush. And all I did was just dip it into my paint and then just went like this and just swirled it around like that. And then if I wanted a, you know, maybe a stripe in the middle or something like that, I just dipped this in a different color when this dried and then just went like that with it. Make sure I catch that tip again. I think I undid it. But yeah, these turned out so much fun. Okay, and then you just wait for it to dry and then you just slide it right off your skewer, just like that. So there we go. So that's how I made that. I'll just let that dry. Okay. And now let's get to the fun part here. Well, it's all fun, but I'm excited to make this dangle. I want to see how it turns out too. I also have some threads. You never know. I might throw some of those in. With the jeans, I got some really cool long ones here. So I think that would be fun to maybe incorporate somehow. I'm not sure. Let's just put it together and see how it looks. Okay, so I'm just going to start off with my base here, just the clip. And I want to clip it like this. So I'm going to tie it down here to the bottom. Okay. So let's see. Some of this might be too much. I just kind of grabbed some just to see what we got here. So I'm just going to go like this. Just kind of lay some stuff out and look at it. Like that. I know I want some of this. And don't be afraid to fray your stuff, like to take it and pull the threads and make it look more raggedy, because that's the fun part. I like that. I think it turns out so cool. Give it a little more character. Okay. This is our trash journal, so we're gonna make it look a little grungy here. So I think that would be good. And then I have a piece of twine that I'm just gonna thread up some of them here. And if you need to, you can put a piece of, I do a little piece of masking tape too. Just to help you thread some stuff through, and then we can just cut this bit off at the end. Let's see, let's go like this. Because you just want to stiffen it up. I'm just wrapping it around it. Just to give it a little point, because it was all frayed. So this will be easier to thread them all through. Just don't make it too thick. I might have made it too thick. Ooh, look at that. Okay, so I'm just gonna go through and line these up, because I'm gonna hang it like this. So I'm just gonna go through and put them all along the line here. So let's see. Let's start with this one and have a little bit hanging, and then I'm gonna take my Fabrifix glue and I'm just gonna pop some glue right there just to make it so it doesn't move around. Just like that. So I just put a little bit at the end here and there. Okay. And then when that dries, it'll make it so it doesn't slide back and forth. Okay, so let's do the next one. And I'm going to continue doing that all the way down. So I'm going to do this one about here. Just give a little space in between. Just put a pop of glue. And you can even move it around a little bit just to get it in there. Okay. I'm just going to keep doing that. So I'm just going to put on time lapse, and I'm just going to keep doing that all the way to the end. So I had to show you guys. I just realized since it is tinfoil, you could just take it and put it on there instead of gluing it. You could just take your needle nose or whatever you got and just pinch it. Just do a pinch right to the twine. Huh? Look at that, less messy. It ain't not going nowhere. So you can just go through and do that on each one. So much easier. I mean, if you don't mind the little flat look at the end, I don't mind it. Kind of gives it a cool little groove. If yours has like little grooves on it, like mine. It's actually really fun. Because I was looking at it going, wait, this is tinfoil. I can smash it. So you just kind of crimp it in there. Isn't that fun? All right, so yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna go through and just crimp them on there. So that turned out really cool. Let's see. How fun is that? So we got ourselves a little bead thing. So let's go ahead and put all this together. This turned out so cool. We can go ahead and take off our tape. All right. So I got some bread ties here. And apparently we're gonna need our wire cutters too, our little needle nose, because I'm going to do this. I think this would be the best way to do it. Let's put all our stuff together here. Let me think, because I want to incorporate these maybe before we add it. And I don't know if I want to, do I want to put them off this? Maybe. This is the reason I grabbed these is to have these hang off here, but then also I think we should hang it off here too with these. So this is just some bread ties you can find around the house, or little trash ties, you know, whatever comes with trash bags and stuff. Let's see. So we're gonna go like this. See how long we need it. Just enough for a twist around here. There we go. You can have a little, just a little dangle off there. So I'm going to do the same thing and just go through, and I'm just going like this, going in between the beads, and just twist tying them. I do them fairly snug just so they don't slide all around and get on our beads there, but you can do it as much as you want, and you can take this and there we go. Just wrap it around. How fun is that? So we got other just little tab dangles Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish that off and just go in between each one here. All right, I think that turned out really fun. And I just made sure to keep a open spot of the twine here, just so I can attach it to our paper clip, like that. Is that awesome, you guys? I mean, look at that. That's just stuff around our house. How fun is that? Okay. Now, just take your fabric pieces that you got, and like I said, you could take an old shirt. Old button-up shirts are great. Old linen skirt. Just some fabrics you got hanging around. Jeans are great. So let's just pop all this together. Like this. There, I think I want that on the outside. And a little pop of pink. There we go. Let's do this, and then we can clip it if it's too long, which I'm sure it will be. But I'm just popping it through all these like that. Just like that, you can see. Okay, so I'm just hooking it together. And then I'm taking and putting it through here. Let me double check here, because this is how I want to put it on my journal. So the journal will go, we're going to pop it on like this. So we got this part. And I'm going to pop it on here. So I want to tie it to that. Yep, that's what I want to do. Because we'll have the small part on the outside here, and then the big part on the inside. So this part, we're going to tie it to. So I'm glad I looked at that. Okay. So just hook it onto your fabric and stuff that you have for your dangle. And then we're going to go through the small one. Right? Oh, let's go to the front of it. So go to the front like that. Okay. And then we're just going to attach it to that part. So I'm just going to twist it. Let's see. So we'll do this. Okay. And before we cut anything off, let's test it. So the big part's going to go on the inside, and then the little part goes on the outside. How fun is that? What do you guys think? Is that cool? So you can see how I did it. Okay. And you could keep this on here long if you want, or just snip it off. Whichever you want to do. I'll probably snip it. There we go. Just snip it off and then maybe tuck it back under so it doesn't poke anybody. There we go. Just tuck it on in there. Look at that. I'm loving it. So if you guys are enjoying this video, hit the like button, please. And it gets my video out there further so other people can see how to make a dangle using household items. And comment down below. I want to know what you guys made it with, and I would love to hear, you know, different ideas you guys have for to add to your dangles. I mean, I'd love to hear that. That would be awesome. And I'm an open journal, like I say, instead of open book. I want to know. I need to absorb it all in, because this is fun. This is why we're here, to learn different things and incorporate different ideas, you know? Like, this is just stuff that we can just see what we got around the house and add it to it. And yeah, so I'm super excited about this one. And if you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you found it informational, I'd appreciate it if you guys did subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, and you guys will see my next video when I post it. Like, comment, and share, and let's grow together and keep on crafting.